Hello and welcome back to my channel. This video is part 2 of the Introduction to Tableau series. Before we start with the part 2, let me give you a quick recap on the topics that we covered in our part 1 video of this series. So these are the topics that we briefly covered in the part 1, which are installing the trial version, connecting to dataset, getting us familiarized with some Tableau terminologies, as well as we saw how we can create some basic charts including bar chart, line graph, as well as scatter plot. Talking about connecting to the dataset, we will be using the same dataset that we used in our part 1 video, which is sample superstore Excel file. If you want to check out the part 1 of this series, I have added the link in the description section below, as well as I'll be adding the link of the video on the top section of this video. Now without further ado, let's start with the topics of our today's video. So in our part 2 of this series, the topics that I am planning to cover are introduction to filters, sets, parameters, as well as basic calculations. I will also show you how we can create some more charts in Tableau, which are tree map, field map, as well as dual axis combination charts. So here I have already connected our sample superstore dataset and the orders table that we are going to use in our video today. Let's first start with the topic introduction to filters. So let me press sheet 1 for that. In Tableau, you can apply filters in many different ways. The very common way that you apply filter is by dragging your dimension or measures to filter shelf. Let me demonstrate you how you can do that. So for that, let me create a bar chart that shows maybe the subcategories and their sales figure. So for that, let me drag subcategory to columns and sales to rows. And we have a bar chart ready. Let's just sort it in descending order and click entire view. So here our bar chart is ready, which is sorted in descending order with all the subcategories and their sales. In order to apply filter to these subcategories, I will drag the subcategory to filter shelf. Once I do that, a dialog box would appear named as filter subcategory. Currently all the subcategories are selected. Here in this window also you have all the subcategories as checked. You can uncheck any of the subcategory, and once you click apply, you would see the results on your bar chart as well. Let me show you with an example. So here I maybe uncheck few of the subcategories, and once I click apply, you would see that all these subcategories which I unchecked would be filtered out from this bar chart. So this is one way through which you can apply filter. Let me select all again and click apply. Again you would see the original bar chart, and let's explore the other options of filter as well. So here you have other options like wildcard, condition, as well as top. In top, if you want to see only the top 3 or top 5 subcategories by sum of sales, you just need to select top by field. Here you have option of top as well as bottom. Here, because we want to see top, let's say top 3 by sum of sales. You can also have average of sales, median of sales, but we want sum of sales. And once we click apply, you see only the top 3 subcategories by sales would appear on this bar chart. All the other options are filtered out. So these, let me again reset this option and click apply and click OK, and you would again go back to your original bar chart. Now these are some of the ways through which the person who has created this chart, that is the author, can filter and showcase the results. What if the author wants to give the control to the end user and make it more interactive? You can do that by clicking on any of the any of the pills that you have added onto your filter shelf, and click on that and press show filter. Once you do that, you would see that all the options that are into your subcategory would appear on this window. Currently whatever filter is applied would also appear. So currently all the subcategories are selected, so all the options are checked. Now your end user can also apply filter by just checking or unchecking any of the subcategories, and he or she can see the end result as per his or her requirement. So these are some of the ways through which you can use filter and explore filter in Tableau. Let's move on to our second topic of introduction, that is how we can use or apply sets in Tableau. Talking about sets is nothing but a collection of few elements, meaning you can custom segment your dimensions in Tableau. However, unlike dimensions, sets are always binary. In other words, they are either in set or not in set. Let me show you an example here. We will be using the same bar chart that we used to show filters in Tableau. This bar chart shows subcategory by sum of sales sorted in descending order. Now in this bar chart, let's create a set which has top 5 subcategories by sum of sales. Now you can create set in multiple ways, but here I am going to show you two options through which you can create sets in Tableau. To create sets including top 5 subcategories by sum of sales, the first option through which you can do that is by directly selecting top 5 headers from this bar chart by holding the control key. So as we have already sorted these subcategories in descending order, so currently we will select these top 5 subcategories from the headers itself. Once we do that, we see that there is a pop-up window that appears wherein you have the option or wherein you can see an icon like a Venn diagram. Once you select this Venn diagram icon, you click onto that and it asks you whether you want to create a set. If you select create set, a dialog box would appear which shows you the subcategories or the options that you have already selected for your set. It will already give you the name of your set, which you can rename it. For example, if I want to rename it as top 5 subcategories, and if I click OK, a set would be created named as top 5 subcategories. Right now I am not creating this because we would like to see the second option through which we can create sets. So let me press cancel. So the second way through which you can create set, because again we want to create a set for top 5 subcategories by sum of sales, we will right click the subcategory pill here, and once we go to create, here we will find an option set. We will select that and a dialog box again would appear named as create set. Here we will select top from the options and we will select by field because we want top 5 by subcategories by sum of sales. So this is the condition that we are providing, and let's rename this set as top 5 subcategories and click OK. Now once you click OK, you would see that a set is created which is represented by a Venn diagram icon. Now there are various ways we can use set once it is created. Let us see a few ways through which we can use this set for our bar chart today. So either we can directly drag it on filter shelf. Once you drag this, you would see that only the top 5 subcategories that you included into your set is now displayed on your bar chart. So this is one way through which you can use set. The other way through which we can use this set is, let's say you want to see all the subcategories but segregated through colors. So let's first select this pill, and currently if you see, the option show members in set is selected. Let's just select the other option, that is show members in or out of set. So our dialog box would appear, wherein let's select in option and click OK, and let's drag this to colors card on mark shelf. Once you drag that, you would see that your bar chart is divided into 2 colors, which has top 5 categories as well as all the other subcategories. So top 5 categories which are in the set is represented through color blue, and the subcategories which are not in this set, the other remaining subcategories, is represented through color gray. So this is the second way through which you can use set. There are multiple other ways you can use sets in Tableau as well as create set in Tableau. Now in our next section, we'll see how we can create basic calculations in Tableau. Calculated fields are one of the most powerful features of Tableau. It enables the user to sort of create new data with the existing data set. Let us see a very simple example of creating a calculated field and applying it on a table. So continuing with the same example, let us create a table, this time showing subcategories with their sales as well as profit figures. So to create a table, let's double click on subcategory and sales and profit. Now here we already have the subcategories. We can see their respective sales as well as profit figures. What if we also want to know the cost of each of these subcategories, but we do not have any existing measure named as cost, but we can definitely calculate cost with this existing data set. So what we are going to do is, we are going to create a new measure called as cost. To create a measure called as cost, we will create a calculated field. Now you can find this create calculated field option from various places. For example, here in analysis option, you have create calculated field, which you can click and a dialog box would appear, or you can simply click on to the down arrow of left pane. Here also you have create calculated fields. There's another option through which you can find create calculated field feature just by right clicking on the left pane, and here again you can find create calculated field option. So click on to that, and you can see that a dialog box would appear, which wherein you can perform all your calculations. Here on this right hand side, you can see different types of functions categorized by number, string, date, logic, type conversion, and which you can choose from, and you can find a brief explanation of all these functions on the right hand side with their syntax. So now in order to create a calculated field of cost, let's first rename this calculation and rename it as cost. Now let's write the formula for cost that we want to calculate. So once you type sum, so the moment you start typing sum, the Tableau will prompt if you want to include sum function. So if you want to include sum function, just select sum and press tab. Tableau will autofill the remaining function name. Again for sales, once you start typing sales, Tableau will ask you whether you want to select the sales dimension, sales measure, sorry, that is already existing into your data set. If you want to select that, just press tab, and again Tableau will automatically fill the remaining name of the measure. Same way we will type the remaining calculation and subtract sum of profit by sum of sales. So again, now once you are done with your calculation, a comment would appear which shows that calculation is valid. We will click apply, because if there is some syntax error here, it will show you that the calculation is not valid, and probably show you what kind of syntax error you have it in your formula. However, here we do not have any error, so we have already clicked apply, and we'll click OK. Now once we create a calculated field, here we can identify our calculation field with an icon represented by equals to hash sign. So equals to basically is an indication that it is a calculation. Now let's double click on this calculation, the new measure that is created. Once we double click on it, you can see now that we have a separate measure which is actually a calculation, and here now we have a cost columns and cost as a separate column in our table. Let us just sort it and see if the calculation is valid. Just one of the calculations, let's see. So for sales we have roughly 3024, and for profit 950, and after rounding off the figure comes to 2075, which indicates that the calculation is valid. Now we have 3 columns in our subcategory table. So this is one of the very simple example of applying calculations on table in Tableau. Again, we can apply calculation in various ways in charts and graphs and tables in Tableau, and various different ways. You can definitely try and explore that. Now we'll be moving on to our next topic, where we will see what are parameters and how we can create and use them in Tableau. Talking about parameters, parameters are dynamic values that can be changed by the end user. In other words, parameters can make your visualization much more interactive and can be used in different ways. Some of the things you can use parameters for are allowing users to change graphs and dashboards, which we will be seeing in today's video. You can also use parameters to change reference lines. You can use them in calculation fields and in many other ways. Now let's get started, and let me show you how parameters work. To create a parameter, let us click on the down arrow here on the left hand side of the pane and select create parameter. Once we click create parameter, we get this dialog box with this menu here. Let us just have a quick look at the menu. So the data type that we have here says what we want our parameter to be. What kind of data type do we want our parameter to be? It can be float, integer, string, boolean, date and time. So float and integer are numbers, string is anything that is in text, boolean is either true or false, and date and time are self-explanatory. Now this is only in relation to the values that we actually get the parameter. This is not in relation to what we actually display. So what do I mean by that? If I select list here, we have to add values that we have selected here as a data type, and here we have other option, that is display as option, which we can choose what we want to display onto our parameter, which we can which need not be of the same data type. So let me show you how we are going to do that. So here in this example, we are going to use parameters as a way of controlling what measures we put on a bar chart. For example, sales, profit, or discount, the measures that we have it here on the in our data set. So let me show you how we can do that. We will continue with our example of subcategory bar chart that we have used in our previous topics, and see how we can show different measures like profit, sales, or discount through the same chart using a parameter. Let's first create a bar chart. So let me just cancel this first. So let's first create a bar chart with subcategory on columns, and as of now let's just select sum of sales and create a bar chart sorted in descending order. Let me change it into entire view. So now we have our bar chart. Let me also select show labels so that we can clearly see the difference once we have our final chart ready. Now in order to dynamically change measures on this bar chart rather than doing it separately each time, we will have to create a parameter. So in order to create a parameter, we'll again click the down arrow, create parameter. Now we have this window here, and let me select string as a data type, and let's just type the measure names that we have here or we want in our list. So we want sales, we want discount, and we want profit for our parameters list, or the parameters that we want to be included in this bar chart. So once I add that in the value, we will see that they are displayed also as sales, discount, profit. You can change if you want to do any changes into this. I want to keep the display as also same. So once this is done, let's just rename our parameter as maybe p dot select measures and click OK. Now we can see that our parameters here on the left hand side, our parameters is created named as p dot select measures. Now in order to show parameter on this view, we will have to right click on it and select show parameter. Now if you see, we have the parameter dialog box which has a list name and has multiple measures that we have added into our list. But currently, as you can see, that this parameter is not working. For this parameter to work, we have to create a calculated field. So in my calculation field, I will have to create calculation which will tell Tableau what actions to perform when a particular measure in this list is selected. To do that, we can let's start with our calculation, and I'll show you what we can do. So once we have our calculated field dialog box open, let's just rename it first, and let's type it as select measure calc. Now in order to create a calculation for this list, we can either use if and else statement or case statement. So here if you type, you can find this case statement, and here you can find the syntax as well as a brief explanation and an example of a case statement. Now here I'll show you the calculation using case statement. Let's type case tab, name of the parameter, that is p dot select measures tab. as you can see from the syntax, we are going to follow the same syntax here. So when, here in our case we are using strings, so here we'll type when sales, then what do we want our calculation to, what action we want our calculation to perform, so sum of sales. Likewise for profit and discount as well, then sum of profit when discount, then sum of discount, and we'll end the case statement. Once we do that and we have a comment which shows that the calculation is valid, we will select apply and click OK. Now here you see that we have a calculation named as select measure calc. So what we are going to do is we are going to replace this sum of sales from this select measures calc, and here if you see, now we can as per our parameter, the measure that is selected is discount, therefore we can see the numbers of discount as by each subcategory. If we select sales, we can see sales number, and once we select profit, we can see the profit by each subcategory. So this is how we can select multiple measures from one parameter for the same chart using parameters option. And this is one way through which you can use parameters and make your charts on visualization interactive. There are various other ways, and I hope you keep exploring these features that I just introduced to you, because this would eventually help you to learn more, and by practicing more you would be able to find different ways through which you can use these features in your dashboards. So in our next section we are going to see how we can create tree map in Tableau. To make a tree map in Tableau, let's begin by changing the mark type from automatic to square. Now in order to keep consistency and keep things simple and easy to understand, we will again be using the subcategory data point as an example. Here let's say if we want to see sales by size and profit by color for each subcategory in a tree map, we will drag sales measure to size and profit to colors and subcategory to details. So now here we can see our tree map is ready. To display subcategory names on the chart, we can select subcategory and add it to the labels card. Now we can see subcategories are added as labels on our tree map, and if we hover over our tree map, we can see the data related to profit as well as sales. So by the look of it, you can see a tree map here which shows sales by the size of the boxes, and here the orange shade in profit represents loss, whereas shades of blue represents the profit in each subcategory, with darker blue shades representing higher profit in that particular subcategory. So this is how we can make tree map in Tableau, which is really easy to make and can sometimes give useful insights. Now let's move on to our other chart and see how we can create filled map in Tableau. Talking about filled maps, the basic filled maps can be easily created using show me option here. So let's say we want to know profit by each state. So the only thing that you need to do is just click on the geographic dimension. Here you can identify it by a globe icon and select that. Press Control key and select profit, and you would see that in your show me option, whichever chart you can use with this dimension and measure is now active. So here you would select filled map option, the second option, and that's it. This is how you can create a filled map wherein you can see the darker shades of profit representing higher profit, whereas lighter shades is less profit for that state. Orange shades represent loss in different states of the US. So this is one way through which you can create a filled map. There is another way through which this map can be created. Let me show you that. Let's first clear this. So in dimension you can double click latitude and longitude, and you would see that your map appears on your view. Once you see that, you would select again state and drag it to details. Change your marks card from automatic to, because you want filled map, so select filled map option and select profit and drag on colors. So this is again another way through which you can create a filled map. Maps, when we talk about maps in Tableau, it can be actually thought of as a scatter plot with sort of background image of a map to help you orient yourself to the geographical territory that is displayed. If used properly, they can be very informative as well as visually appealing. Now let's move on to our last chart for this video, dual axis combination chart, and how we can create that chart in Tableau. When we talk about dual axis combination charts or combo charts, they're useful for showing basically related information by combining two measures in a view or in a chart. This chart type is created with one shared axis such as x-axis for, let's say, date, and two separate axes such as y-axis for two different measures. Let's see an example here. We want to have a look at sales as well as profit by year. Now in order to create that chart, first thing we need to do is we need to create a line graph for sales by year. To create a line graph, as we have seen in the first part of our video of this series, we will drag order date to columns and make it continuous by clicking on it and selecting year continuous, and the green color of the pill represents that now our year is in continuous form. Now we will drag our sales to rows, and this is how our line graph is created, and it looks like this. Now let's drag the second measure onto the opposite axis, and the second measure that we want is profit. You can add profit measures in two different ways in dual axis. Let me show you how. The first one is I can drag profit to where the right y-axis is, and as you can see that here, once I am close to the opposite axis, you can see that Tableau is giving me a hint where I can drop this measure by indicating by a dashed line. So once I drop the field on the opposite axis, you can see that Tableau generates a dual axis chart. With one side we have sales and on the other side we have profit figures. The second way through which we can generate dual axis is, let me just undo this by pressing Ctrl Z. So let's drag profit on rows and simply click profit and select dual axis. So these are the two ways through which you can generate dual axis in a chart. Now if you want one mark type to be bar chart and another mark type to be a line graph, we can do that as well. So you see, when the second measure was created into the view, not only did the field appear here on the row shelf, but two new mark shelves were created. So the first mark shelf is all, which affects all of the marks on the view. You can see that here. And the other two mark shelves, as you can see by the name, one is for sales and another is for sum of sales and another is for sum of profit. So these two mark shelves, you can edit it independently of each other. So let's change the mark type of sales and convert it into bar chart. So from automatic line, we will be converting it into a bar chart. So currently the size of the bar is very currently the bars are very thick. We can change the size by manually selecting it, and we can, here as per our requirement, we can change the size of these bars in a chart. And now this is how we can create a dual axis chart with with two measures on two different sides and two different type of charts in one chart. Now in this two parts of introduction to Tableau video series, I have tried to introduce and share some key features of Tableau with you. In my upcoming video, I am planning to cover some of these topics in detail and also share some formatting tips with you. If you would also want to see a video on a dashboard example, please let me know in the comment section. Also, please share your thoughts and any feedback that you have in the comments section below. If you like the video and want to see more such videos, and if you find it helpful, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.